there! Today I come to you with another video on traveling. This is going to be on packing tips and travel tips in general, but the not so common ones because I haven't heard a lot on these, and these are things that I got from experience and I think I can add to the pack tips that are going on YouTube. One is check the prohibited items list. Save yourself some hassles, especially if you're traveling with more than one airline. Usually airlines have similar prohibited items, but they may have some different. For example, there's always the question of whether scissors are allowed in your hand luggage. Some airlines allow cosmetic ones, the ones that are really small, and the ones that are less than 6 inches, and for example the kids ones where they are round. But you really have to check their policy, and that's another thing. Print the policy and highlight where it says that, for example, the scissors is allowed up to a certain extent, because the workers there could not know this. If you are traveling with different airlines, check their different policies, whether it's not only prohibited items but ways, means of checking in and sizes and all those. If you have two different airlines, you're traveling say hand luggage only, or even if you're not traveling with hand luggage only, take the smallest size so that you can easily go through both check-ins without any hassle. Something that really irritates me is when people use straps and luggage tags without safety. If the luggage tag is a bit flimsy, use some tape. Imagine your luggage getting lost and the luggage tag going with it, because I work at an airport. I see a lot of luggage tags on the floor, to be honest. And it's a waste, basically a waste of money sometimes. Have your address inside the luggage, have something to recognize the luggage, and something that you can say to the people working there. Oh, it has this on the side, for example, so that they know that you're the owner. But also, if you're going through the hassle of using luggage tags, use some tape, especially if it's the ones that have snaps, like they have a hole and something and it goes like this. They will unsnap and they will unbuckle, I can assure you. They go through a lot of hassle from one person to another, from one airline to another, one airport, one country to another. It will unsnap with a lot of movement. So save yourself some hassle, put some tape around the strap and the handle where you're attaching to. You can always use keys if you don't have scissors to take it off later. And straps, make sure that they are tight if they are on the outside, especially if they are hard shell, because hard shell are like smoother, whereas the ones made of material hold better straps. And if you think that it will slide off, put some tape in it if it's hard shell, or if you can, use some safety pins if it's a cloth one. And you can also use the safety pins in your travels, because safety pins are really good. They could act as keychains. If something gets torn, you can use, especially if your luggage gets torn, you can use the safety pins. But make sure they are secure. I mean, workers at the airport and elsewhere, they have a lot of things to do than to worry about your luggage tags or your luggage straps. You should be responsible first, and then they second. If you are taking a medical kit, but you are not taking scissors, Precut, some gauze, some bandages, and especially in general, not for your medical kit only, Precut some tape. Because especially, so I made this here you can't see, but it's clear plastic, which could come in handy at various times during your travels. Having two pieces, or actually there are four small ones, cut different sizes and put them on clear plastic. Especially you can use laminated plastic, that way they will come off really easily. At the other side I put some medical masking tape and some other kind of medical tape, and they are just two big things. You can wrap them around. Usually you need to wrap them around more if they're medical tape. So pre-cut is the key. You don't have the hassle of having scissors with you, and you have them. Nowadays electronics come with covers, and when you're traveling you don't want these. I mean, they're still heavy, so they can still bump into something and smash it, but at least there's no scratching and they are safe. Save them up and take them with you. And it's not just plugs that have these, also wires like the ones on monitors or whatever, they have these. So keep them, and when you're traveling put them on your electronics. It's really easy and it will help you save a lot of hassle. Also, if you need to buy plugs or converters or adapters, or even if you need some tools, don't go to travel shops. First check in DIY, ironmonger and hardware stores. They usually have what you're looking for much cheaper than say a travel shop, because they will overcharge you. I always buy my travel adapters from my ironmonger, not the universal ones, the one for single countries. I don't suggest you buy a universal adapter unless you are traveling more than one country at once, because they are chunky, and also you're kind of responsible. They cost more, so you are responsible that they will function after, whereas single ones, they usually cost like €2 maximum. They're really cheap. I have two last travel tips for you. First off, the obvious ones: do be careful with liquids. Do be sure that they follow your rules, and be sure that they don't spill. Put some tape around them if you think that they are going to spill. I mean, and if you think, for example, I have a solid perfume. Technically this is not a liquid, it's solid, but because of the heat I fear that it will melt a bit, so I put it in there just in case. I also have a pencil, which is again not a liquid, but to be sure put it there. And be sure that it's not like you don't take too many liquids. Do take the carbonate of soda with you. You can use it to clean, for sweat, you can use it for anything really. My last travel tip, which may seem kind of obvious but is not to some people: be courteous to the people working at the airport, to the people working at your place of accommodation, to people in shops. They don't only see you, they don't exist just for you. They are there to render a service, but you are not always right. As a customer, you are not always right, and they see a lot of, I'm sorry to use that, bullshit. So please remember this. Once you are nice to them, they will probably remember you as that nice person instead of that not so nice person, and trust me, they will remember you if you were not nice to them. They will also probably tell your friends. While if you're courteous, they will probably be extra nice to you even if they're tired or whatnot, and you could probably get some extra stuff or not, but at least you were a nice human being. Do tell me if you have more, and bye for now.